Cups. There are so many types of cups. Coffee cups, king of cups, world cups, menstrual cups. Menstrual cups. Let's talk about that. Hi and welcome to another episode of Sustainably Yours. And इस episode में हम बात करेंगे menstrual cups के बारे में and why we should all switch to them. Stick around till the end even if you had a bad experience with them because I've been there and I might be able to help you out with it. So जैसा आप देख सकते हैं, this is a typical menstrual cup. It's a product that's inserted into the vagina during your periods to collect the blood. जब आप इसे पहले यूज़ करना शुरू करते हैं, they can get a little intimidating because we're all habituated to using either pads or tampons. Now pads are very easy to use. All you have to do is stick them on and go about your day. But they can also get pretty disgusting because if you're using one even for a couple of hours, it can get soggy, smelly and bloody. I mean, no shit, Sherlock. It also irritates the vulva or the skin on the outside of the vagina if the top layer is plastic, which is what most easily available pads have. They rub against your skin throughout the day and they may cause rashes or infections. Tampons are slightly more convenient as they stay on the inside and at least you're not walking around or sitting on something wet, you know. Okay, late disclaimer, but ये video काफ़ी explicit होने वाला है. होना नहीं चाहिए, but it's a topic that isn't openly discussed enough. Hence. So yeah, if you've pulled a dry tampon out, you know that very few things get as nightmarish as that. Plus both tampons and pads are porous and bleached, and according to research, the body absorbs these bleaching agents in small quantities, which is bad. Plus there's the toxic shock syndrome fear attached to using tampons. People have actually died after having left their tampons inside for more than 5 hours. Menstrual cups, on the other hand, are non-porous and are usually made of silicone, so it's very simple and harmless. The only challenge is that there's a learning curve when it comes to using these, unlike the other options. You can leave it in there for up to 10 hours depending on your flow, so you only have to switch thrice a day. All you have to do is pour the blood out, rinse it with water and soap and reinsert it and you're good to go. Now personally what I found to be the scariest was taking it out. जब मैंने इसको पहली बार use किया था, I almost couldn't locate it. And this is common as the length of your cervix changes throughout the duration of your cycle. So I was really excited to try it and I managed to insert it somehow with thoda sa struggle. And after a few hours, I just wanted to check how it's doing there. But I couldn't even find the stem. मेरी तो पूरी हालत खराब हो गई थी because I was like, I am dead, it's lost. Now my family will have to take me to the hospital for this embarrassing ass problem. I even started crying profusely and video called a friend. My face was red, the floor was red, everything was bloody. It was like a whole crime scene in my toilet. Pretty entertaining for my friend though. So she suggested that I squat down and try and push it out. And ऐसे करने से it kind of descended a little bit and I was able to find the stem. Now when it comes to the pulling out part, turns out my pull out game sucks. A very important thing to keep in mind is to unseal the cup first and not tug at the stem and try to yank it out, which is the mistake that I made. Let me get into the advantages of using it. It's not only the healthiest option but also the most environmentally friendly. हम around 30 साल के लिए menstruate करते हैं. Imagine how many pads or tampons a single person uses throughout their lifetime. The amount of waste one person produces. Menstrual cups, if properly taken care of, can last for up to 10 years. So all you need is 3 to 4 cups throughout your lifetime. That's all the wastage you're responsible for, as opposed to heaps of pads and tampons. Since cups are not single-use products, they also do not contribute to the waste that clogs the landfills. What about pads? Well, most of them are 90% plastic, which later ends up in a landfill or even worse, in the oceans. Yes. And tampons? Well, they're made of cotton, which is one of the thirstiest crops in the world, which needs around 2 liters of water just to grow one little bud. Plus dozens of chemicals from dioxins, chlorines, rayon, etc. only to make the case worse. Later, all these chemicals get soaked up and are released as pollution into groundwater and air. Also, let's not forget about the transportation of so many tampons and pads that travel a long distance to get to you. and an average user throws away an astonishing 125 to 150 kgs of tampons and pads in their lifetime. In comparison to this grim reality, silicone slowly goes back to its original state, which is sand, as it degrades, making it a much greener product. Also, no, it doesn't end there. Let's talk about the economical benefits. Let's talk about money, yeah? Because who doesn't like to save money and spend it on cocktails later, am I right? So you get cups ranging from about 300 to 1000 bucks. Now it might seem like pads are cheaper, but let's say you use 3 packets of pads containing about 8 pads each for every cycle. And let's consider that it's priced at as low as 30 rupees per packet. Now given my incredible math calculating talent, okay, never mind, let me just use my calculator. That's 1,100 rupees and almost 300 pads per year. And in 10 years, that's 11,000 rupees, whereas in case of a cup, it's only about 500 for a decade. This is how much money you'll be saving. Get that cocktail already, girl. The best part is you don't have to carry around a bunch of cups with you wherever you go, which is what we have to do in case of pads or tampons. So technically the pad ads are very inaccurate and it would make much more sense with cups. No one's that comfortable wearing pads, and we don't miraculously turn into Olympic level gymnasts as soon as we put one on. Cups not only take us less physical space but also less mental space. One benefit that isn't talked about enough is how you can actually observe your flow. You can see how much you bleed every day and get to know your body better. In some cases like mine, using cups might even reduce your cramps with time. So here's almost everything I had to say about how amazing period cups are. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll make sure to answer them. Happy menstruation!